Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here. Welcome back to another video for Lost Ark. It is so exciting to say that the game is finally out. Well, I say finally out. It's out on Friday if you guys are playing free to play. If you have Founders Access, then of course you can jump in yesterday. But regardless, it is an incredibly exciting time because we have been waiting for this game for such a long time. I looked back the other day at one of the videos we first did on Lost Ark to say, hey, you guys should know about this game. That was some 4 years ago, and to think we are now finally playing it officially is so incredibly exciting. So today in this video, I want to give you a quick update on my progress so far. Of course, we have lots of videos planned for you. We plan to bring you lots of Lost Ark content on the channel, guides, tips, all that stuff. In fact, if there's anything particular you would like to know about, be sure to let us know in the comments down below. But we will be bringing you a ton of Lost Ark content. It is a game that we want to cover on this channel. But first, of course, in order to get there, I need to make some progress. So I thought I'd update you on what I've been doing so far. I've been leveling a brand new Paladin, which is so much fun. Honestly, I haven't dabbled in Paladin before, partly because I wanted to sort of keep it fresh, so I had like a completely new experience going through the full game. So every single time I've jumped into like betas and things like that in the past, I've always tried different classes. So I thought I'd recap some of the skills I'm using, some of the things that are working for me, some of the just other tips in general if you are sort of leveling through quickly, and just give you some insight into what I've been up to. So if you do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Let me know in the comments down below, what have you guys been up to? What level are you right now? What classes are you running? Or are you waiting until Friday? Either way, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you do enjoy Lost Ark, make sure you do stay subscribed because, again, we'll have plenty of stuff for you. But as mentioned, leveling a Paladin this time around, my personal class of choice would still be Destroyer, who is sadly not in the game right now. Way back in the sort of Korean beta days, Destroyer is the class that I played, and to this day, it is still the most satisfying class. It is still the class that the second it gets added to the West, I will be going back to Destroyer. I miss it. However, since then, of course, in every single beta, I've basically played various different classes, went through Berserker, fantastic class, but it didn't click with me in the same way. I then went through Martial Artists, other things like that, and I, of course, got myself back to Paladin. I like my tanky classes, I like being able to just go and survive, face roll into enemies, and honestly, Paladin leveling is a lot of fun. I am, in other games, I'm a sword and shield main. Obviously, you don't have a shield in this, but the sword and the kind of impact and the sort of feedback you get from the moves is incredibly satisfying. Of all the classes I've played so far, outside of Destroyer, it's without a doubt the one that I've enjoyed the most. And if you take a look at my skills, I've of course been speccing primarily into the blue skills, because when you play as a Paladin, on your sort of leveling journey, blue skills will basically be your best friend. Your golden skills, your sort of holy skills later on can be and will be powerful, but on your leveling journey, you can really just dive into these, and honestly, that is really satisfying because they're basically just sword combos. It's just a load of heavy hitting sword attacks which look good, feel good. That's some of the things in Lost Ark. Of course, the moves just always feel so satisfying to pull off. And the nice thing is, of course, when it comes to tripod systems, a lot of the time you might spec into a few particular moves that work really well for you. For the Paladin, a lot of these moves are fantastic, so you actually tend to want to distribute some of your points relatively evenly across the board. So these are things I'm running with right now. Of course, your normal spin slash. Flash thrust is such a cool move, just a flurry of constant pokes into the enemy. I, of course, have pushed up the punishment move to level 10 because this is one of your big damage attacks if you want to sort of nuke bosses. Then between punishment and executor's sword, these are basically good means to just like burn down big chunks of boss health. Meanwhile, everything else is good for sort of working through your trash mobs. There's also a combination here of back attacks and front attacks. Of course, punishment and executor's sword being the front attacks for big damage. Otherwise, you can kind of just poke enemies in the back. So generally speaking, these are the skills I've been running with. They have been super fun to use. They, of course, have been making light work of all the content. I mean, admittedly, in the leveling journey, it's not exactly that tricky. But still, if you're doing something similar to me, and of course you're running a Paladin, then definitely do not sleep on the blue skills. Make sure you're investing heavily into those in your leveling journey. Some of these will definitely still pay off as you get in towards endgame as well, but on the initial leveling front, then these are definitely worth your time. Now, currently, where I stand, I'm sitting at level 30. I dinged that last night. Some of you guys might say, you know, why are you rushing the game? Keep in mind, there is absolutely no rush. You can play it at any pace you want, but I personally have played various different betas. I played the Korean version, played the Western betas, I played some of the PTS when I was recording footage for Amazon for some of the videos we did. So I've gone through the campaign many, many times. So for me, personally, I just want to get through it as quickly as possible so I can get to the end game and actually start doing the stuff that I personally want to do, and also so I can create some content for you guys. So I've basically just been going through and mainlining the quests, the story quests. If you are somebody that wants to level up relatively quickly, you can just skip all the side quests and you can just focus on the main story quests. You can always go back and do them later, but generally speaking, if you want a smooth leveling experience, then just going through, doing main story quests will give you all the necessary XP you need to get to, and then of course, you know, you can continue that all the way up to level 50 and sort of towards the end game stuff. So that's basically what I've been focusing on doing story missions, getting my levels up, and just kind of progressing through. Don't forget, of course, as you are going through, there is the welcome challenge. Make sure you're clicking on this, and of course, claiming your rewards as you go. It gives you a load of gold. Sometimes you get sort of some other items as well, but basically, these are some fun things you can do as you're learning the game. They're just sort of a means to, you know, pick up some of the tips and also earn some stuff along the way. There's basic guide stuff, there's trade stuff, there's collectible stuff. There will, of course, be more things as well, but do keep an eye on this because it is some free money. Of course, also down here on the roster section, don't forget to go to roster information because also as you go through, as you hit different milestones, you can also claim rewards here, which will give you a few stat bonuses. So again, these are just things that they're menus that sometimes you might not necessarily pay too much attention to, but if you go into these menus and you can claim these, then again, they're things that will help you along on your journey. Also, don't forget to claim your daily rewards whenever you log in as well, because that's going to be useful to you on the way. And outside of that, really, it's just a case of just going through and enjoying yourself. I did find out this really cool thing the other day, that of course, if you have the Founder's mount, the sort of Cerberus, he actually has a double jump. You can jump and you can jump again. So this is, especially if you're trying to be efficient getting around the open world, it's a means to basically just move a little bit quicker. I have also invested into a couple of Paladin skills that also make it a lot easier. They are skills that you want to use anyway, but I do of course have my dash slash, so I can use that to get around faster. And of course I also have the other move, which is the charge attack, which also pushes you forwards, and of course you can then link those together with sort of a nicely timed dash to basically just get around the map a lot quicker. Again, you know, you don't necessarily have to do this stuff, but if you're trying to be super efficient and you're trying to get through things really quickly, then movement skills, mounts, all of that stuff is definitely a big help. But for the time being, that's a quick update on just what I've been doing so far. Currently sitting at a level 30 Paladin, although by the time you're watching this, I would of course have level past that. But level Paladin, enjoying my blue skills, having a blast. Of course today I want to try and sort of push through to level 40, level 50. I'm also keeping my eye out for world bosses and other things like that we can have some fun doing along the way. So if we do encounter some of those, you can expect some videos. But again, like I said at the beginning, if there are things you want to know, if maybe you're playing through and you have questions and you're like, oh, how does this work? Let me know in the comments down below because we will be spinning up a ton of content for you, so hopefully we can answer your questions. In the meantime, if you guys want to catch some more Lost Ark content, check out this video on the channel, and again, I'll catch you in the next one.